I'm Davis EIDAHL, Superintendent of Solon Schools. I want to take this time to thank our Solon families, our students, and our staff for making our return to on-site learning a success. Your cooperation, your support, and trust made this possible. As you know, our return to on-site learning has been our focus since June. We went to great lengths developing a very tight mitigation practices and routines, and our students and staff are doing a great job with all the changes in place this year. Our published Return to Learn plan explains many of the creative practices in place, but today I'd like for you to see how some of those practices look and hear from our administrative team.
So my name is Jessica Tabor. I'm the Lakeview and SIS principal this year. I'm going to talk about a few things that we've done to be able to prevent the spread of COVID as much as we can in each building. So in each building, the students are they're seated in mini cohorts. There's plexiglass to separate the kids who are sitting across from each other. So at Lakeview, we have the plexiglass dividers in many of the classrooms, and we'll be working on adding a few more where they're needed. Each cohort is separated by as close to 6 feet apart as we can get it in a classroom space. And the areas are sanitized each night. The rugs are vacuumed, the tables are wiped down, and we are spraying disinfectant everywhere, doorknobs, things like that. All students have been wearing face coverings, whether that's a mask or a face shield, which we're really proud of because they've done an amazing job of adjusting to all of the mitigation strategies and keeping those face coverings on, especially when social distancing is not possible. In the lunchrooms, we have the tables spread out. They are assigned seating, and the assigned seating matches their mini cohorts in their classrooms. We've been able to spread them out so that there's no more than 4 or 5 students per lunch table, which really helps them spread out pretty close to 6 feet so they can remove their face covering and get to enjoy their lunch and still be able to have some interaction with one another. Outside at recess, there are designated areas. So we now have a recess equipment bin for each classroom. They're all labeled, and each classroom brings their bin out, goes to their designated area. They can play with all of the things that are within that bin, and then it's put back in their bin and disinfected to be ready for the next time they're going to use it.
After a very anxious spring and summer, we're very excited to get things going in the fall. We've been really pleased with the start. Made a lot of adjustments to our plan, of course. In the cafeteria, we maximized our seating, spread kids out as best we could. Thanks to parent donations, we're able to establish 5 different playground areas, including 2 areas in our bus drop-off lot. And probably our highlight has been what we've done in the classrooms. We've taken, for example, our largest class of 24 and broken that into 4 pods of 6 students. We found that this has helped with exposure, and also in the cases of a positive test, it's really helped our tracing and having to quarantine a minimum number of students.
Hey, what's up? Solon Community School District, Mr. WIGLE here, your friendly high school principal. Would love to share some of the things that have been happening over the course of the last few weeks as we've returned to learn. And our staff has done a great job implementing the mitigation strategies that we had communicated from day one when we started this process. And a lot of those things you'll get a chance to see here throughout this video. But some of the big ones are just obviously our schedule and how different it is, the amount of interactions kids have throughout the course of the day, limited time in the hallways, which really is none. You can see too in a classroom how everything is facing the same direction. We've tried to space out as best as we possibly can. Looking at just small things like doors, they're always open when kids come into classrooms. Kids aren't touching door handles throughout the course of the day. Bathroom doors have been removed, not like the stall doors, but the exterior doors. So again, in and out, we're not touching things at the same time. You'll see at the outside of every classroom when kids come in, the expectation is they sanitize when they come in, when they leave, they sanitize, or when they go back into their next classroom, depending on what their schedule looks like right now. You know, other than that, our kids have done an amazing job with the face coverings. They really do keep them on the majority of the time. We have built into our long blocks, 2 hours and 10-minute blocks, an actual mask break, so they'll be able to go outside, physically distance, remove the face covering, a couple minutes, and then they come back in with it on and get back to work in their classroom. The final piece that I'd like to highlight is just how we've started to transition to this blended learning model, where students that are quarantined or will have to be gone for an extended amount of time will stay at home, but they'll be able to use Google Classroom to really help facilitate that learning process while they're gone. Now, we don't have a ton of kids quarantined yet, so we haven't really been able to see how it looks and how it works, but know that when that happens, we're going to be prepared and ready for it. Again, thanks for all your support as a community. We're excited we're back on, and we know that there's going to be challenges ahead, but we'll attack those with everything that we can. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Our school day emphasizes spacing, small cohort transitions, face coverings, as well as enhanced cleaning and disinfecting practices. We continue to assess our plan and make the necessary adjustments that make on-site learning successful. Thank you again for your continued support.